got a Need a helping hand?
What?
Bring everything to ruin. The new world is
Faster. Stronger.
Would you like to have a drink with me?
You can say no to a panda.
Nothing to brag if you have nothing to regret.
If you need a new spirit animal,
Nothing to brag about.
equally mortal.
I must not go too far away from the others.
Nothing to brag.
Loneliness never bothers me.
need a helping hand? Akai's on the way.
Let's see who has the last laugh.
You can say no to a panda. I win without fighting.
Do you know what loneliness is, Tetra?
What doesn't kill me makes me even stronger.
You've got a fluffy friend in me.
I hope they won't be too...
Another word for compromise is failure.
The
Nothing to
scales are
brag
not
about.
in your favor.
Our victories will be limitless.
Nothing to brag.
No, not now.
Nothing to brag about.
Where I go, fret not. You can't escape.
It's good to see you, Rafaela.
Need a helping hand? Akai's on the way.
Nothing to brag about.
It's harder than any armor.
Do you know what loneliness is, Tetra?
Fret not. You
The blood of monkey.
The more your fear grows,
Uranus.
I must not go...
soon, a new world will be dawning.
I'm not done yet!
Nothing to
loneliness
brag
never
about.
bothers me.
This is not an appropriate place to stay. This is not appropriate. This is
Nothing to brag
who
about.
has stolen my skill of doppelganger?
Good to see you, Rafaela.
I hope they won't be too surprised when seeing me like this.
Nothing to brag about.
This is not an appropriate place to stay. This is not an appropriate place. This is not an appropriate place to stay.
Not half bad.
Spirit animal.
Do you know what loneliness is, Tetra?
This is not an appropriate place to stay. This is not an appropriate place. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
Fret not.
The more your...
I don't give a damn if...
Would you like to have a...
My darts bite!
This is not an this is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
You can try. I hope they.
Uranus, let us commence.
Another...
Face your...
The stars will punish you.
Nothing to brag about.
This is not an appropriate. This is not an appropriate place to stay.
Would you like to have a drink with me?
Bear the weight of the cosmos.
This is not an appropriate place. This is not an appropriate place to. This is not an appropriate place to. This is not an appropriate. This is not an. This is not an appropriate. This is not an.
Show me some real
stay any longer.
Let's see who has the last laugh.
Do you know what loneliness is, Tetra?
Face Libra's judgment.
Our victories will be limitless.
This is not an appropriate. This is not an appropriate place. This is not an appropriate place to
You are
stay any
failing.
longer.
The Oriental.
You will never learn.
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place. This is not an appropriate. This is not an appropriate place. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
Our victories.
The scales are not in your favor.
Nothing to brag
No.
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. Take this!
The stars will punish you.
Nothing.
The scales have tipped.
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay.